Alright, this video is going to be kind of a first impressions look at the new khorne daemonkin codex. The artwork is really awesome. Some of the things I've noticed as I was flipping through it. It's definitely a different art style from what was going on in the Chaos Marines codex. A lot of the lore that was in here is a lot more graphic. Really captures like the feel and the mindset of what a khorne army should be. But you got a lot of really good artwork there. Some pretty awesome stuff. Messing up some Necrons there. Some of the artwork's just some of the old Berserker stuff recycled, which that's something that makes sense for them to do, save them a little bit of money. There's new lore on different war bands and stuff specific for the khorne daemonkin theme. That's pretty cool. Got a timeline in here, different things. Finally, got a codex with a picture of khorne back in it. They took the pictures of the gods out of the Chaos Marine Codex. I wasn't a fan of that, because it was good just to visualize what you had. But there's definitely a lot of really good artwork in here. Let's see, something specific I'm looking for. There it is. But like, it's not as much one colored. You got stuff like that. Where in the past it was more of a lot of pictures like that where it was a lot of colors from one variety and there wasn't a whole lot of contrast in there. So that's one really cool thing that I've noticed about the codex. And you got a bunch of different paint schemes and how to mark different squats and stuff. That was really cool. So it definitely looks really awesome. I've been wanting, by the way, new Bloodthirsters, super huge, super amazing. Little side note there. But I've been wanting a codex that had the Chaos Marines and the demons together. Like they used to have that, and that was really cool. That I thought that was something you could do. Which, yeah, with allies you can still do that, but you had to have another codex, and I wasn't a fan of that, especially at $50 for the codexes, because that's like a squad of Terminators or whatever you want to throw in there, or a Daemon Prince and some cultists, because cultists are really cool in this book. There's a thing where you can sacrifice them in order to get blood points for summoning. They're doing what they've been doing with 7th edition, where the data sheets, how they have the picture there, and that looks really nice. I'm definitely a fan of that. So just 7th edition in general, that's a really good thing that they've started doing with their codexes. Sorry I'm looking down so much instead of looking at the camera, I guess, but I'm just kind of trying to look through here and see what all is cool that I can show you. They put the Lord of Skulls in there. 888 seems a bit pricey, but it's also fluffy, so I'm okay with that. They got the formations in here. They got quite a few of them. Probably see it better like that. So yeah, hopefully you can actually see things when I'm holding them up, because I can't see on the screen how well it's working. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different formations. Not bad. Yeah, the new Bloodthirsters, they're huge. They tower over everything. It's awesome. And they're definitely a lot bulkier. I had a plan of maybe buying a Bloodthirster box and get some Daemon Princes and seeing if I could, because like they come with the extra arms and heads to maybe make that work, but the new Bloodthirsters seem like they're just going to be too big. Another thing they did here was they took the flap out of the back of the codex, which the flap was cool because it gave you all the stuff, but instead you just turn the page and it's right there. More or less the same thing. My one thing I didn't like about the flap was the page would always like turn over like that, I guess. It's kind of hard to show on something without it. But one second. With the orcs, because they have the flap, you would get it like that and it would bend. There it is. You get it like that and it would bend over and put a huge crease in the page and look terrible. Wasn't a fan of that, so you had to always be careful and make sure you got it in. Not a huge deal, but it's definitely nice to have. So the khorne book certainly looks amazing. You got the big dude on the front there. Seems like he only has 3 fingers on that hand, but it's whatever. Still looks awesome. But there's a lot of neat things. So probably going to do more in-depth review later on once I start playing it a bit more. But the Blood Tithe is really cool with the different rules for summonings. Yeah, 8 of them. You can get the Demon Prince and the Bloodthirster, some Bloodletters and Fleshhounds, different stuff like that. It's really cool. I'm just really glad they have the demons back in the Codex with the Chaos Space Marines. Hopefully they do that for the other ones. So yeah, there's just kind of a quick look at some of the artwork and different things. First impressions, the hardback codexes, they all look amazing. This one definitely continues with that trend. Looks fantastic. So really glad that they put the demons and the Chaos Space Marines in the same codex. I think I've said that like 4 times now. But it's really good stuff.